Hi Gemini, welcome to Eight of Cups Tarot. Welcome to your love reading. This reading is specifically for relationships. It's specifically between your energy and another person's energy. And the reading is timed from about mid-November until mid to end of December. We're in some pretty turbulent times. Now remember I said that the middle of November things start to change, maybe even drastically. We're starting to set the stage for that. We're in the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, but then Jupiter moves on, and we're setting the stage for this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in mid-December. And I have a feeling a lot of the energies that you're going to hear about in these readings will have a lot to do with that scene. Please keep in mind, these are love readings, so typically these are for Sun, Ascendant, Moon, and Venus signs. But I do typically find when you're specifically listening for a love aspect, which tends to be a little bit more emotional, you might want to check out your Moon or Venus sign. That might be able to give you a little bit more information. If you're not sure of those, don't worry about it. But if you do know those placements and this particular reading doesn't seem to resonate, please give the other readings a listen to. All right, so getting started on this energy, I can't seem to pick up, Gemini, which person you are. And keep in mind that this can be vice versa. You may be cross-watching for Gemini, and that's what I'm picking up on. So you choose whichever line or whichever person's characteristics do resonate with you. What I have here in your energy is a Three of Swords in reverse. Overall energy being the Death card. And the love card for the reading is children. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, a couple things I'm picking up on here. This Three of Swords card in reverse, telling me that this may represent an energy of wanting a reconciliation. Maybe coming out of a heartbreak, wanting to end a fight or a disagreement with somebody. Three of Swords is doing the healing, when things can't be really brushed under the rug anymore, so you have to deal with them. And because you deal with them, there's healing that can occur, which tends to clear any blocks that you might have. And this, with the Death card, I think is the block. Now we're going to jump around a little bit, but also the Children card. This could be 1,000 different scenarios. It could be that one partner wants children and another doesn't. It could be that children are already existing and maybe complicating the situation in some way. Regardless, it could also be dealing with childhood wounds. And if you or the person you're with has been going through any kind of scenario where they're getting therapy or doing any kind of past life regression work or anything that's kind of healing these traumas from childhood within them, that could also be the situation. Now, this energy comes out with the Guardian of Cups. And I'm leaning more towards that reconciliation, making up after a large fight because of the Guardian of Cups. This is kind of the Queen of Cups energy. It talks about compassion, it talks about forgiveness, and it talks about unconditional love, and it talks about love of self, of course. It's a card of self-love, putting energy into yourself, doing that healing work. Maybe even an element of standing up for yourself. If children are involved, maybe you've had to draw a line in order to protect the people that you love. Now, the other person's energy is the Magician. overall energy, Two of Swords, and their love card is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Well, I think there's a decision at play here. This Two of Swords is indicative of feeling the need to come to a conclusion about something, kind of end the drama, make a decision. It may have to be not really knowing, having to do something without really any guarantees. But I like that the Magician energy is here because it means that you are in a creative space, that you are in the mode of creating, manifesting. And there's a lot of determination and focus. Now, I do like this because to me, this is a good indication of your energy, Gemini, because it is so mercurial. And especially because we have Mercury finally going direct, moving back in through the sign of Scorpio right now. And this is kind of a Scorpio energy. You know, I always point out this card in this particular deck because there seems to be so much kind of going on below the surface. Meaning that this person is probably wanting to take things a little bit deeper, maybe have the deeper conversations, which do ultimately lead to healing, reconciliation, kind of making peace. Now this card comes out next to the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a very romantic energy. It's very nostalgic and compassionate as well. And I do like the fact that right above each other, we have the Guardian of Cups and the Knight of Cups. It could be an element of a slight age difference between you two, probably not a lot, but maybe a little, and maybe even just in terms of maturity, maybe in terms of the level of commitment. The Guardian of Cups is it's a more of a feminine receiving energy, but there's an element of wisdom, which is why I say there's an element of protection, protecting your heart, protecting yourself from getting hurt. Again, a theme with the Three of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Cups is probably a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more masculine. Maybe this, or you, if this is representing your energy, are the person that wants to pursue this, somebody who wants to heal this, somebody that wants to bring this back. Now, these two cards together assure me there is a lot of love in this situation. And if it's not making sense, this could actually be indicative of a mother-son relationship as well. So if you're kind of having mother issues, you can kind of take the energies that I'm reading and try to put it in that context as well. But I like that the Knight of Cups is kind of wearing his heart on his sleeve. It's kind of a leap of faith energy. And the Knight of Cups can sometimes feel the need to come in and rescue somebody. It could be the person, you know, serenading somebody out their window. That's what I mean by very romantic, pursuing energy here. Now, center of the reading, your person has the World card. You are coming out as the Justice card. The World card being indicative of probably an element of feeling like something has ended. So again, we're probably looking at a reconciliation. Maybe there was a break in a relationship or an ending in a relationship of some sort that you're kind of revisiting. The World card can represent second chances. The World card could represent distance. If you are at a distance with somebody, maybe you're wanting someone to move or relocate, move closer so that it's easier to see each other. The Justice card is somebody who wants to make things right. It can represent the apologies. But when the Justice card is in your energy, it typically means that rulings will go in your favor. So if you are trying to reach out and reconcile with another person that things didn't work out so well in the past, it could go your way. There is definitely potential here for reconciliation and getting back together. Now, I do like that directly under those two cards is the Oracle card, happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And Gemini, I feel like for you with this Justice card, this is kind of how you have to start looking at things in your life, because this energy feels agonizing. It feels like you're not in touch with your intuition. Things are bothering you, or that you are not listening to your intuition in some way. Maybe you are not being honest about your feelings. Maybe you're not communicating, or maybe you didn't. And the Justice card may indicate that there's a do-over, especially with the World card there. And Gemini, I think it's important to kind of take a moment and look at the way that you feel about the situation. Check in with all the elements. The Two of Swords can be very logical. So if you're going about a situation where there are circumstances that you think mean that this can never work, circumstances probably involving children of some sort, you know, I'm picking up on an element of you kind of got to go after your happy right now. And maybe don't make it be about all that stuff. It doesn't have to be forever. Decisions don't have to be made right now. You're probably not, I don't know why, I'm getting a feeling that you're kind of forcing yourself to make a decision, choose a path. You feel like you're at a crossroads, and the energy surrounding you kind of feels like it's okay. It's all going to work out. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be stressful. And the thing is, Gemini, you kind of just need to do what you need to do to make yourself happy. If you're happy with this person, then it's probably something that you want to pursue. When you're attempting to pursue this and it makes you miserable, then there's certainly no reason to pursue it. Now, on the side of the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Guardian of Cups and the Knight of Cups, you get this Oracle card, Come to the Edge. Card number 36, breaking down to a 9, telling me that you're close to ending a cycle. Now, maybe you ended a cycle with this person before, and then it kind of came back to the surface, and now it's kind of like now or never. You may not get another chance. I might really need to look at this. I might really need to make a decision right now. Come to the Edge is kind of like the take a leap of faith card. And if something makes you happy, Gemini, it's important to know that sometimes things just work out. Sometimes it's a waste of time to try to make it look good on paper. Maybe you're trying to please a whole bunch of other people. Maybe you have friends or family members that would be rather upset to know that you were going back to this situation, but I think ultimately it has to be in regards to you and you only. And that means that you have to take a really good look at it, right? Do you want to jump off the edge? Happiness. Does it or doesn't it make you happy? And we are at a time when it is important, if not crucial, for us to sort of surrender. Mars is moving retrograde. It's moving direct. We have a lot of elements that are going to be moving over into air at the end of December. We're not going to feel all of this tension, this waiting, this Saturn energy that we've been with for all of 2020, all of these blocks making us not really be able to do the things that bring us happiness, make the decisions that make us happy. And all of a sudden, all of that's going to dissipate and things are going to move really fast again. And it might really be a shock to our system in a lot of ways. It's funny that the human nature can kind of adapt so well. You know, it's kind of like when we say there's never going to be normal again, because this is our new normal. And so when the new element, when the new energy comes in, everyone is going to be like, oh my gosh, it's too fast, it's too much, I've got to slow down, I'm not sure what I'm doing. But yet we've been asking for this all along, right? We've been wanting things to move. We've been all complaining about how nothing really seems to be happening. We're never really getting the answers. Now, in your challenge card, the person you're with is coming up as the Seven of Wands, indicating that it's not going to be an easy road. And I'm not sure if this is part of the issue here. Seven of Wands can be hurt feelings. It could be competition. It could be jealousy. It could be inability to forgive. It could be feeling really provoked, and yet there is love between you. There could be elements of something that is kind of hard to let go of. And underneath that, your energy, your challenge card is the Six of Wands. That's Leo energy. And it's about victory. And I think it's important to understand that you might have to humble yourself a little bit in this situation. Now, if you're really hardcore pursuing a person, you want to get it back together, you want to do the thing, you want to see each other, you want to spend time together, that's great. But there's probably a need to address the issues. If you get together and just try to go back to the way that things always were right away, I think it's going to cause some issues, some fights, some drama. And it's probably going to complicate the situation. So I think in a way you have to be really careful to actually resolve the issues. Now, even if it doesn't mean resolve them, it's important to not deny them. There's a need to acknowledge. There's a need to say the things. If you owe somebody an apology, you need to say it. If you're holding on to a resentment of some kind, you need to say it. And I feel like these two energies in the warning position means that, especially next to the World card and the Justice card, that it's really important to proceed in a cautious way. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get caught in a karmic loop. You're going to keep getting back together and then breaking up over the same issues over and over again. But each time it will be a little bit harder and a little bit harder to forgive. And if you are seeking justice, meaning if you are wanting to make something right, then you have to do the work. You have to actually say how you feel. You have to express yourself. And it can't be about the ego, and it can't be about other people's opinions either. It's really important as well. If other people were at play, if other people are showing disappointment, it can't be about that right now. Not in this energy. Not when Saturn conjoins with Jupiter in December. These are big new cycles starting. And you certainly don't want to waste your time reliving the same thing over and over again. Now, the great part about the reading, the outcome, your person is showing up as a 10 of Pentacles and you the 8 of Wands. This is nice energy. 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate everything. It's the commitment, it's the stability, it's the financial stability, it's loyalty. And you, 8 of Wands, seem to be forcing this to happen in some way. When I see an 8 of Wands and a Magician card in the reading, and certainly when it is paired with a Knight of Cups, this is kind of somebody who really wants to make something happen. And somebody who is very capable of making it happen. But it's important for you to know that your person is in a 10 of Pentacles, Guardian of Cups energy. This person is very protective of their stability. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're extremely independent. They probably have a lot of people depending on them, especially with this Children card coming out. And so if this is somebody that you want to be with or make a commitment to in some way, you're really going to have to step up and come with something real. Okay? I don't think this person is going to be interested in just giving the same old stuff a go. I feel like they are in planning for their future mode, protecting their investments, setting their goals, attaining their goals. And I don't think with the Three of Swords in reverse and the World card that this person wants to be distracted by anything that isn't going to follow through, by anything that doesn't offer some form of a commitment or a guarantee. Ten of Pentacles energy can come off as a little bit stoic and a little bit stubborn as well. So you might have a little bit of a challenge in front of you trying to break down this wall. But it is certainly possible. And there will be conversations. There will be decisions made. There will be plans. 8 of Wands, there will be honesty. There will be the setting of intentions. And I think this represents some pretty amazing potential. Now, I don't always recommend getting back together with an ex. In fact, usually I don't. Usually I see it in a reading as somebody just kind of banging their head over the same wall over and over again. You know, it's a waste of energy. It's probably a waste of time. But in this circumstance and in these astrological times, it may be possible. It may be possible for this to have real potential. And I do see love, and I do see passion. I see equality and I see balance. The weird thing is the bottom of the deck for love is the card Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Now, I can't say which one, and maybe there's an element of both. Now, this doesn't mean that this person has bad intentions, and it doesn't mean that this person has been lying or cheating to you. I don't pick up on that energy, because it comes out next to the Death card and that Two of Swords. I feel like both of you are not being really honest about how you feel with each other. And the Death card represents having a hard time trusting, having a hard time having faith, having a hard time allowing something to transform into something different. Meaning it might be hard to convince this person, sorry, that's the world's longest buzzer. It might be hard to convince this person that this is salvageable. And however, when I look at Two of Swords with the Deception card, you may be avoiding some things, refusing to look at some things, refusing to talk about some things. Again, I pick up a feeling of needing to have the big conversations, needing to really say how you feel. And maybe that Deception has a lot to do with the Three of Swords in reverse as well. If one or both of you are coming off at all like you don't care if this works out, you don't care if you get back together, you don't care that it's over, well, I feel like that is the deception. I hate that dryer. I'm sorry, guys. This is coming off as a deception, is any element of feeling as though you don't care which way it goes. Now your final card, card number 52, the Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. And this, with this, tells me that you are in a super creative mode, creating all new scenarios, creating all new things. Gemini, I just feel like you, if this represents you, which I think it does, are really tapping into your heart space, really tapping into your desires, what you want, what you need, how you want things to go from this point forward. And the Scarab Beetle is an element of luck. There's an element of luck and spirit on your side here. And I'm going to take a second to kind of read this one to you. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was revered. For the creative magic of the scarab beetle spirit reminds us that we can bring forth something extraordinary, seemingly out of thin air. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, scarab beetle spirit reminds you that spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. That word's coming up a lot in this reading. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for spirit co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and vitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. Now is the time for great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire and your creative endeavors will come to fruition. And love will appear seemingly out of nowhere as you allow Spirit to work through you and magically manifest what you need. All right, Virgo. I'm sorry. Gemini. I'm going to leave it at that. This was a pretty cool reading. I do wish you guys the best, and I will be back in a couple weeks with your December readings. Take care. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.